West Lawn's Rated Coaches Show brought to you in part by Dr. Jackson Fordham, DMD. Call for an appointment today. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, out to West Lawrence High School. We're here with head coach Kagan McLean, and we're kind of starting off on a rough note this week, Coach, with Mary Persons rolling into town. I thought they were a top 4 team, but it looks like they 1 or 2 to me.
Yeah, they came in ranked number 2, and I said watch them on film. That's by far the best Mary Persons team I've seen. Yeah. Maybe the best Quad A team I've seen in a long time, top to bottom. They're really, really good. Really well coached. They have athletes everywhere. They're big and strong. They're just a really quality football team. Yeah. And they did to us what they've done to everybody all year, Yeah. So, I was proud of our kids for fighting and playing hard. And when you watch the film, we were really getting after it at times. We were just overmatched. Yeah. And, you tip your hat to Mary Persons. They're going to have a great year. And we move forward with ours. It's all you can do. Yeah.
Coach, it's not always about X's and O's, is it?
Yeah, no, definitely not. Sometimes those Jimmys and Joes play a big factor. Like I said, I think our kids really were in the right spot a couple times. We just couldn't make the plays, Yeah. And that's not an excuse. Mary Persons is really, really good. Yeah. They were a better football team than us, and they showed it.
Yeah. So, Coach, you come through a game like that, and it is tough to get your kids in the right frame of mind going into it because obviously they know what's going on. They know what's going on in the region. They know what they played Mary Persons last year. Most every kid came back. Right. When you face an opponent like that, you face where you're going to be outmanned quite a bit of the night. It's hard to get kids up and get them into that. Much less going into the game, but then you got to coach them through the game and see what kind of character they have. And there was a couple of times there where you had to call people's character in, I guess. You had to straighten them out a little bit. I mean, it's a tough night. It's not easy getting beat like that. You see teams that get beat like that week in and week out sometimes. Yeah, I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's got to be tough, And I, the thing I did with our kids, I challenged them. I said, look, at one point in the game when it was obviously out of reach, I told them, I said, look, I'm not worried about the scoreboard. I'm not worried about the outcome. I'm worried about how you play every play the rest of this game. If you're going to fight, if you're going to be a warrior, if you're going to compete, then you're the guy I want on this football team. If you're going to go in there and lay down and quit because you think you can't win, then you're not someone I want to be around this program because in life you're going to face people that are better than you, people that you're going to lose in life. Yeah. And it's not about winning every time. We got kids that come through that whole society of everyone's a winner and everybody gets a trophy and you're all champions. And me, I don't have an issue with that. You're not always going to win. You're not always going to be the champion. No. But what you can do is be the best you can be. You can fight as hard as you can fight. Yeah. And at the end of the day, win or lose, if you've done that, you can lay your head down at night and sleep well. That's right. And that's what I told our guys. And I think they did that. The hardest part's not, losing the game. The hardest part is having 3 starters get injured and potentially be out. That's you hate to come out of a game not only losing, but then being hamstrung going in the rest of the year. So that was the hardest part about it. I can deal with losing, especially to a superior football team. Yeah. But I can't deal with guys not finished and not playing hard. Yeah. And our guys finished and played hard, so I was proud of them for that.
Yeah, good. I like that, Coach. I'm not a participation trophy person myself by any means. I don't understand that philosophy, but. Again, you're going to face people tougher than you. What do you learn about yourself when you lose? That's what's important. How do you make yourself better from that experience? And, it is good to face people who are better than you are at things. It is good to have superior competition because it's going to either make you better, make you work harder to get better the next game, the next year, and in life. Or you're going to lay down, you're going to figure out what you're all about, and you better find you something else to do.
Right.
But, you got through that game, Coach, and you talk about 3 people. What you talking about? Injuries?
Yeah, we got our starting strong safety, Daniel Dorsey, went out in the very first series of the game. He actually fractured his hip, took a helmet to the hip, and we sent him in for x-rays, and he does have a hip fracture, so he'll be out probably 4 weeks is what it looks like with him. Also in the first quarter of the game, J.D. Jones went out. Looks like he may have re-aggravated an ACL injury. He has had a couple knee surgeries on his ACL in the past, and he may have torn it again. So he's probably out for the year. Also, Xavier Lewis has a severe ankle sprain. It happened early in the game. He pushed through and finished the game, but he's definitely not going to play this week, and it's probably going to be doubtful for a couple weeks. Yeah. And all those guys are starters on defense. So, we got some guys going to have to step up. some guys who have been waiting their turn to get an opportunity to play, and they're going to get to play a chance to play this Friday and the next 2 weeks in really big football games for us.
Yeah, really big. First, we want to take a look at, some highlights that you put together. You want to teach us a little something here. So we're going to take a short break, and we're going to be back. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Locke Wilford, and Dublin Chevrolet is proud to sponsor high school football.
Go Crusaders, go Raiders, go Falcons, go Irish, go Chevy.
Call, click, or come by Dublin Chevrolet.
You wouldn't buy a gallon of milk and immediately pour 70% of it out, would you? Then why would you do that with power for your home? 70% of electricity is lost on the way to your house, making it only 30% efficient. But natural gas is 92% efficient. Electricity is good to power your lights and electronics, but using natural gas for certain appliances is the most cost-effective, energy-efficient, and environmentally friendly mix for your home. Use it, don't lose it. Choose the right energy mix. Choose natural gas.
Hey, I'm Kyle Williams. This is my wife, Allison. These are our 3 children, Luke, Vivian, Finn. I grew up in Lawrence County. One name you always heard was Jimmy Rogers. As I got older, it was time to build a home. We met with Jimmy Rogers. We had an instant connection.
Yeah, Mr. Jimmy is like a father figure to us. He helped us through every step of the way, and we really appreciate everything that he did for us.
So we as a family are coming to you now. Please vote Jimmy Rogers for County Commissioner, District 4.
Hello, I am Jimmy Rogers, and I am running for County Commissioner of District 4 of Lawrence County. I'm just asking for your prayers, your support, and your vote on November the 6th, 2018. Please go to the polls and vote Jimmy Rogers, County Commissioner, District 4, and may God bless.
A lot of people don't know that Nationwide Insurance is the largest farm insurer in the country. Example, this tractor. There's multiple ways to cover your equipment. It is replacement cost, actual cash value, insuring the GPS system on it. In addition to tractors, we also cover any implements that you would like to cover. Like this front end loader has a value added to your tractor or on its own. A lot of times, the only way we will insure a farm is if we come to your site. We're gonna walk it, we're gonna talk it, we're gonna find out what you do and what your interests are. We're going to customize it so that you get full benefit with the broadest coverage that's available on the market today. A lot of people find out at the time of a claim that they were not properly covered. That is my worst fear. So we make sure going in that you are covered properly. Don't forget to insure your sprayer. A lot of people say, I rode by and didn't see you at your office. That's because I was probably on a farm.
All right, now we're going to have a look at the highlights, Coach.
Yeah, we dug through, tried to dig up a few highlights for us. There wasn't a whole lot for us, but, our kids did some good things, so we do want to recognize them. Here, first series of the game, Persons runs a boot. We play it pretty well at first and then kind of let the kids slip out and come up, make a nice tackle out there. You can just see how athletic and mobile their quarterback is and how good their receivers are. Really just a solid football team all around. They're really good on the O-line. Thought our D-line really played hard. Here they come out, run the stretch. Good job getting penetration. Got a chance to get a tackle for a loss, and he just jukes us in the backfield, Kid's a great runner. I hated to see him go down with an injury late. Hopefully he'll be back for them. You don't like to see any kid that talented, miss that opportunity to play. But he's a heck of a running back. Here they're driving on us early in the game. Got the ball inside the 20. We do a great job on the quarterback read, staying home, wrapping up and swarming, and making a nice tackle there. Good job by our front. Doing what they need to do, staying home and reading their keys. And, we get second down here and, just step up and they make a nice throw. Our backup safety's in and just doesn't get over the top. And, touchdown. I mean, what can you do, Day one stuff, two's out, get over the top, and he's just late getting there, and they take advantage of it. Here they throw a little swing pass to two, who's a great athlete, and our kids do a great job. Xavier Lewis and De'Eric Jackson getting in there and making a nice tackle for a short gain. Against a kid that can flat out fly. Here again, same series. Run a little inside run. Great job by Devontae Royals coming up and filling inside and getting him on the ground. 6 was a heck of a runner. Tough kid to tackle. Just put this on there because, a lot of times those special teams guys don't get recognition, but here we're putting out of our end zone. Great protection. Great job by Coop getting the punt off and really pushing them out all the way to past midfield there and giving us an opportunity you know, to play defense and have a chance rather than them starting at our 30-yard line when you're punting from the back of the end zone. But good job by the punt team.
Too, Coach.
Definitely.
That kid's got speed.
Man, that kid's fastest kid on the field, no doubt. But that was a great job by our guys there, getting where they needed to be and doing what they needed to do. Here again, that very next drive, they run a little stretch, fake the reverse. Great job by Spencer Dacus at nose and Daniel Lindo also coming in, making a nice tackle there. Good work by those guys up front, again, against a really good offensive line. Sets up a second and long. You know, those are situations you normally like to be in. Same play they come back to, over the top, take advantage of our safety being out and a new kid being in there and make a nice throw and catch, and that's just a great throw. I mean, that's a college-level throw by that kid, and he's a heck of a quarterback, man. Here they run the stretch. Great job by De'Eric Jackson, just filling and wrapping up, and good swarm there, too, by Spencer Dacus and Devontae Royals, both in there on the play. Again, no matter what the score was, I thought our kids played really hard. You know, you didn't see them tapping out. You didn't see them quitting. You saw them fighting all the way through to the end. Here again, they run the little boot. Great job playing it. Great hustle by Devontae Royals inside to contain the quarterback. You can see J.D. Jones hurt his knee on that play. He's limping bad. And we had to pull him out, and looks like probably an ACL. So, you know, we just wish the best for him. Inside run, our guys do a great job coming up filling. We get him on the ground, and then for whatever reason, they don't blow the whistle, and he falls forward and gets a first down. So, you know, I don't know if they thought he was laying on top of somebody, wasn't on the ground or what. But, you know, it's hard when you roll a kid down and you stop and then he gets up and runs for 5 more yards. But it didn't affect the game at all, just one of those things. Here offensively, you get a tough run by Jesse Jones. I was proud of him against a really good defense that really dominated our offensive line all night. He had some tough runs up there, did an excellent job of grinding some things out. Here defensively again, good adjustments by our guys. You know, we got some new guys in at this point that don't get as many reps, and they do a great job here, try to get us on the fake, and that's great coverage out there by E.J. Holmes at corner and by McKinley Kemp at free. You know, here again, you know, we play the little counter play really well. We got an unblocked guy, comes up and just can't make a tackle, and the kid's gone. You know, I mean, you draw it up on the board and you get an unblocked guy, and you're like, hey, you know, go in there and make the play, and he doesn't. And, you know, 6 showboating a little bit at the end, I guess, you know, whatever. You know, but, you know, you got to make those plays, man. You got to be in position to make a play. Nice, tough run here by Christian Coven. One of those things where we get it blocked up on the edge, and we get a leakage from the inside. The nose guard just comes through and penetrates in the backfield and blows things up. You know, here, good job, McKinley Kemp in coverage. We got a chance there to get a pick and end a drive, and, you know, unfortunately we drop it. You know, things just, when they don't go your way, they don't go your way. He's in great position, made a great play there, just got to finish, you know. They end up driving it down, getting inside the 10, and we do a nice job here making a good stand and holding them to a field goal attempt here. A good job up front of really controlling the line of scrimmage, and then De'Eric Jackson shooting through and making a nice tackle again. We get him on the ground, and I'm not sure what the problem with the whistle is, why it's not being blown, but, you know, I told our kids, man, he's got to finish, you know. I hate to tell them, sometimes you tell them go till he's on the ground and you get penalties for that, but, man, I mean.
I'd rather get that.
I mean, you can't just let him. Good job here on the draw. Trent Carr falls in there, makes a nice tackle, gets in the guy's legs on a big 3rd down, and forces a field goal attempt. Again, back on defense. Nice job, Shante Burney coming up. Good open field tackle against a great athlete, getting in the legs, rolling him, getting him on the ground. That's good fundamental technique there by him. Just a great effort one-on-one out there in space. Here again, the quarterback rolls, and we got him sacked, and as we're sacking him, he throws it up, and the dang receiver sneaks behind our corner on a double move and makes a great catch, you know. It just shows you're like a half a second away from making a great play, but it's a heck of a play by that quarterback, by them. Again, here, De'Eric Jackson had a really good night, made another great tackle. I was wondering if they were going to blow the whistle there too, you know. But De'Eric gets in there, makes a nice play. A good job by him. Was really flying around, playing good football all night in a game that was really out of reach early. A great job there defensively, getting in there and stuffing the run. We had too few of those. That was 3rd and 1, and we get there and we stuff them, force a punt. You know, we needed to do that. What gets us is the big play. You know, they got us on 4 or 5 big plays, and before you knew it, it was 28-0. You know, and then we turned the ball over on offense, and they had a scoop and score, and it was, you know, out the gate after that. But here, Dorian Edmond comes in, gets a nice tough run on a draw play of our own, trying to drive the ball a little bit, get down to their territory, trying to get some points on the board here right before the half. Offense did a good job here in this drive of moving the football a little bit and getting us into field goal range here. Nice little out. You know, we call timeout right there with a few seconds left to attempt a field goal. Unfortunately, we don't get it, but we gave ourselves a chance. Yeah. Here, second half, they're coming in and they return the kickoff deep, and they are on a short field, and we're trying to stuff them right there. We get them to a 3rd and goal, and then unable to make the play, they end up punching it in on that drive. You know, offense comes back, gets some good work late, a good hard running there by Jesse Jones, getting in there and, you know, running over people and driving and moving the pile. And nice run by him. He ended up with right at 100 yards rushing on the night. You know, a lot of them came, you know, in the second half, but still, that's a kid that's running hard and playing hard, you know, all the way till the end. And their first defense is still in, you know, at a lot of positions at that time. Here Jesse again's running tough up the gut, breaks a big run. Gets down inside the 30. A good job by him. You know, they started subbing some guys, but again, I want to see Jesse playing hard no matter who's on the field, and he did a great job of that. You know, here offensively again, we're getting down to their territory, trying to get some points on the board. Another tough run there by Jesse. Gets in the open field, gets to the corner, and punches it in for us, and that's a good job by him. You know, defensively, good job our kids finishing, you know, getting in there and making plays, you know, swarming to the ball still. It's late in the game. The game is completely out of reach at this point, and we're still hustling. We're still gang tackling. You know, we're not hanging our heads and doing some things that you see a lot of teams doing at this point, and I'm proud of our guys for that.
Well, that's coaching. I mean, you coached them to do that. You've instilled that in them.
Well, you know.
Of course, they can still lay down.
Right.
I mean, them all day.
Right.
It comes down to guts, doesn't it, Coach?
Yeah, you know, and there's Spencer Dacus making a great tackle. And I, you know, maybe coaching has something to do with it. I think it's just we've got great character kids. They work hard. You know, they want to be good. They're outmanned a lot of times, but they play with great intensity and great effort. And I'll take that, you know. Again, Spencer Dacus just fighting through and making a tackle for a loss in a game that is already decided, you know. And you look for things like that. And I look across the field, and a lot of times there's guys on the other side of the field, they're up big, and they're loafing around and not hustling in games we play. And I tell our kids we're not going to be that way. You know, we're going to play hard every play all the way to the end. You know, again, another tough run there inside. Jesse Jones, again, just fighting, battling for yards. And, you know, and that's what we're looking for out of those guys. Here I think we get a Brent Carr. Nice little throw and catch here. A.J. to Brent, beats his man inside, and then pulls away and scores a touchdown late. And that's you know, just effort by him, and we appreciate those guys playing hard and still being excited, even though, you know, the game's out of hand. But our kids, man, you know, they love playing football, and they play hard, and we, you know, we appreciate that. We look forward to it. I mean, we you know, commend them for doing that, because that's what life's going to be. You know, we tell in life, you know, you never really lose. I mean, I know you lose on the scoreboard, but you win or you learn. That's an old saying, you know. And when you lose, you need to learn from. Don't look at it as, hey, you lost the game. Look at it as, what can I learn from that loss and move on and be better next time. And I thought our kids did a really good job of that, and we're real proud of them for that.
All right, and Coach, you know, I always like to hear what other people say around. I mean, true football fans, they watch it and they say, well, you know, Mary Purser's throwing the ball like they did. Mary Purser's doing some things that they I guess, worked on in some people's mind, Coach, because they say, all right, and looking at the whole schedule, this is probably the toughest, one of the toughest defense that they'll face. I don't know if that's any consolation. I don't know if it's a pat on the back.
It didn't look like it Friday.
The score.
It didn't look like we were a very tough defense on Friday, to be honest with you, bro.
Yeah, but you know, like you say, a kid will lay down a lot of times if they're not a true competitor. And like Dacus in there, you got several kids. I mean, we could go on and on that did not lay down, that did not, you know, just try to get out of there. I didn't see anybody, you know, by the loads limping to the sideline, you know, out of breath, you know, going to take a break, tired of getting hit. And, you know, as well as I do, Coach, you get tired of getting hit.
Yeah. Sometimes you get in a fire. And, you know, we tell our kids all the time in the weight room and at practice that, you know, fire is going to reveal your true character. You know, you put gold in a fire, it gets purified, and all the impurities get burned away, and you're left with pure gold. You put trash in a fire, it burns up. And I tell our kids all the time, what are you going to be? You're going to be gold, you're going to be trash. And that's just a decision you make. how you're going to respond when you get thrown in that fire. And we were thrown in a fire, and we were taking a beating Friday. And like I said, we had 2 legit injuries, and we had a 3rd legit injury where the kid just toughed it out the rest of the game. And I'm proud of stuff like that. I didn't see our guys, in the 3rd quarter when it was, 45-0. I didn't see our guys loafing. I didn't see our guys hanging their heads. They played hard. And that's all you can take from a game like that. What did we learn? We learned that we're not going to quit. We know, we're not loaded with D1 kids like Mary Persons is. We don't have a bunch of guys committed. We just got great kids who live in this community, who play hard, who get after it every day, who work hard in that weight room, and they're going to be the best they can be. And at the end of the day, I'm proud of that. And a lot of people look at the wins and losses, and and they should. I understand that.
Yeah, you have to.
And ultimately, we all want to win. But if our kids are getting after it and doing what we're coaching them to do, and they're winning in character and attitude, we can live with whatever the score may be.
Yeah, but Coach, especially being a defensive guy, any coach, anybody that loves football, when you start working with that young man, you start telling them, Coach, football players are going to have to play with some pain. You're going to play with some pain. Are you injured? Is it some pain? Which one is it? But you got kids out there, like you say, that you've expressed that to. They're tough enough to handle it, and you got to play through pain.
Yeah, football's a physical sport. Any sport can be physical, and you got to know the difference in being hurt and being injured. Injured means that there's something physically wrong with you and you can't go. You want to, but you can't. Being hurt means you can go, but it's uncomfortable, and you got to play hurt. You can't play injured, but you got to play hurt, and that's life. There's times I wake up and I am physically unable to go to work. Okay, well then that's when you stay home. You take a sick day. But there's times when I can't go to work and it's uncomfortable. And that's when I need to get up and I need to suck it up and I need to go and do what I need to do to take care of my family. That's right. And those are the things those are the values we're trying to instill in these kids, more than just being a good football player.
Well, we've got to hit the road this week. We want to talk about the away game, Upson-Lee. It's a little ride and some competition usually. There's an athletic team up there. But we'll take a short break and be back and talk about that with the coach, so stay tuned.
Fairview Fitness Center, open 24/7 with staffed hours available every day. Fairview Fitness Center, serving our community for over 30 years. Push your fitness further with our gym facilities, fitness classes, freestyle areas, and more. Join today and see the benefits of a healthy life. All new members are provided with a complete health assessment upon request, and new members are provided with a fitness orientation to familiarize themselves with exercise equipment, all by one of our staff exercise physiologists. For more information, call 353-1900. Visit us at 200 Industrial Boulevard behind Fairview Hospital, or log on to fairviewfitness.com.
Every team has a leader, and Lawrence County's leader in hometown banking is Farmers State Bank, proudly supporting local high school football. Farmers State Bank salutes those who make our community great by working hard to make Friday night football happen. Best wishes for the 2018 football season. Go Irish, go Falcons, go Crusaders, go Raiders. And count on the team at Farmers State Bank, Lawrence County's leader in hometown banking. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
The City of Dublin's Natural Gas Department is offering a $1,000 rebate on the purchase of a natural gas, stove, furnace and tank or tankless water heater for new construction homes or if you're remodeling your home. Individual rebates include natural gas tankless, up to $400 rebate and free gas service installation. Natural gas tank, free 40-gallon or $200 rebate on other sizes, free gas service installation. Natural gas furnace, $200 rebate. Natural gas stove, $100 rebate. Natural gas dryer, $100 rebate. Natural gas grill, $100 rebate. Natural gas logs, $100 rebate. Maximum yearly rebate? No maximum. Save now. Save later. Call the City of Dublin Natural Gas at 277-5048.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
All right, welcome you back, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this Friday night and the remaining of the season with 2 weeks left. You got to travel, but you got to take one game at a time, Coach. You got to make it hopefully into the playoffs some way or another. So you got to start with the very first game you got. And this next game's Upson Lee. And every time you go up to Upson Lee, it's a battle. I don't care if they come here, go there. They put athletes on the field. They're good kids. I don't know how well they're coached. I don't want to be too critical, but I'm just, we just saying it.
Right.
Sometimes you wonder about that. But, man, they got some athletes on that field.
Oh, they're a really, really good football team. Right now they're sitting at number 2 in the region, and they're the second best team in the region. I mean, their only loss in the region is to Mary Persons. Just like us, Mary Person went there and put it on them. But Upson Lee's got great athletes. They got really good players. Yeah. They are well coached. Coach Elder does a good job up there with the guys that he has. He gets them in the right spot and gets them playing hard. It's going to be a tough game for us. We just played the best team in the region. Now we're about to go play, record-wise, the second best team in the region. So we need to find out if we want to be considered the second best or third best team in the region, then we got to beat some of these guys. We're going to go on the road. It's a tough place to play, great environment. Yeah. They're going to be ready. They're going to be excited. They know if they beat us this Friday, they pretty much locked in a playoff slot, probably the number 2 slot. It's a big game for them, big game for us. If we lose this Friday, then we're going to put ourselves in a must-win the last week of the year at Perry, who's another really athletic, really good football team, in order to have a chance to get in. Yeah. So we know, and I know we're going to be short-handed. I know we got some guys that are out, but those other guys got to step up. We got to have a next man up mentality. We got to go and find out if we really want to be in the playoffs. How hard are we going to go after it?
So 3 dudes down on defense. Who you filling them with?
Several guys will rotate. Q Mack will come back and rotate a little on the D-line, along with Charles Knight, because Q also plays some O-line for us. Charles got in a little bit at the end, number 40 at D-end. He's a younger guy, but he works hard, and he's the next best one we got. At safety, McKinley Kemp will come back and get some reps back there. Brent Carr will probably rotate some at safety as well to try and fill Daniel Dorsey's spot. Dorian Edmonds also going to be playing back there again, to get us some depth back there with Daniel being out. At outside linebacker, Dre Bonner will come back and get some reps. He battled an ankle injury early. Yeah. He's coming off of that, so he'll be in there. And you may see some young guys. Grayson Clark, a sophomore, may be in an outside linebacker. Javen Ash, a freshman, may be in an outside linebacker. We got to do what we got to do, to win football games.
Yeah, yeah. Other injuries we got to contend with?
None right now. I think everybody else. Bradley Wilson was out last week with a hamstring, but he was able to practice this week, and I think he's going to be fine, and he'll be back ready to go. But other than that, offensive side, we should be pretty good. We just got to come together, and those guys that are getting in there, got to do their job for their brothers.
When it comes to injuries, that's enough, isn't it?
Yeah, man, I tell you, we've had a rough time this year with it. Yeah. Every year it seems to get one team, and it's kind of got us pretty good this year. Yeah. But our kids have fought, and we're still 5-3 with a chance to win 2 games and finish 7-3. Which, with all those injuries we've had, I'd be very happy with that.
Yeah. All right, and so we're going to make that long trip this week. I know you want people to turn out. You want fans to go, the band parents to be there, players, parents will be there, and we encourage you to make that trip up and support the West Orange Raiders. They're going to need it because, like you say, you roll in there. It's a pretty hyped environment. It's been a battle every time we've gone up there.
Right, definitely. They're a good team, and we've had some wars with them here and there. And a couple times one of us wasn't quite ready and the other one put it on us. A couple years ago, we took one up there, and last year we were able to pay them back down here. I think it's going to be a war, and I think whoever makes the fewest mistakes will win the game.
Yeah, it's crucial at this point of the season, isn't it, Coach?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's look at what their biggest weapon is, what you look for offensively. What will they throw at us?
Yeah, they got a good, solid offensive line, a lot like Mary Persons does. So that's going to be a battle for us up front. They've got a really good receiver, number 15, who can run, number 8, who can run, 2 quick guys they put in the slot, and they get the ball to. They got a tough running back, number 10, who's a senior, who isn't going to just burn you on the corners, but he's going to turn those legs and crank out yards inside. The quarterback's a young kid. He's a sophomore, but he makes good decisions. Not a big kid, but he takes care of the football. They don't throw it a ton. They do a lot of RPO game and reading everything, and he makes really good decisions in that aspect of it. So they're very solid offensively, scoring about 30 a game. So it's going to be tough for us on that side of the football for sure.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about what they look like defensively. Who's their key players on defense?
Yeah, well, they got the big linebacker / D lineman, number 44, the big kid that's got all the D1 offers. It's also a great basketball player. He'll also play tight end on offense, and they'll throw the ball up to him there. So, he's definitely a weapon they can use on both sides. But they're a 3-4 like we are. They got some size on the D-line, got some good athletic linebackers. Got some guys in the secondary that play both ways, receiver and secondary. But they're very solid on that side of the football. I think overall they're a real solid, sound football team. They may not have those 1 or 2 or 3 guys like Persons had that really jump off the page at you, but they definitely have weapons, and they can definitely win on any Friday night.
Yeah. All right, the coach, so we're rolling up there. It's kind of it's an important win, if not a must win for you. It's all about who's going to want it more, isn't it?
Absolutely. We got to go in there with the mentality that our playoffs begin this week. And if this is round 1 for us, we got to win. And if we win, we have a chance to stay in. We start losing, and it's going to be over quick.
Yeah.
But hopefully our guys will be ready. They've had a great week of practice. They've been energetic out there. I think they know what's ahead of us, and I believe they're going to play hard. And if they do that, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Best of luck, Coach.
Thank
It's
you.
Friday night. Want you to turn out. Want you to hit the road and support the West Lawrence Raiders. And as always, Coach, we appreciate the job you're doing. These young men, when you see these coaches out in the community, you see these young men, pat them on the back and encourage them. And let's go Raiders.
West Lawrence Raider Coaches Show brought to you in part by Dr. Jackson Fordham, DMD. Call for an appointment today.
Hi, I'm Chuck Harwell from Community Bank, and I would like to remind you that we're here to help you with all your financial needs. We can help you with loans for almost everything from getting married, buying your first car, getting ready for a new baby, buying a house, or going to college. You see, we're the bank that lives up to our name, Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County. We're Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County, where common sense banking never goes out of style.